prefer to watch human behavior from afar. The ignorance, intelligence, and they are the war. Tragedy, strategies, put knowledge in the book. Change our language so we couldn't read it if we look. Convince us we ain't have shit here but disease. Made us 3/5 human and black illegally. You put your fist up to being African American. How much history you went through for that to make some sense? I've been on Turtle Island 10,000 years. Akubulan been my neighbor. Pangea brought me here. The world didn't start in 1400s. Niggas grow up. What you think we was doing? Morse was running Europe. We been tribal folk, now it's time to show up. Bring back the villages, cause cities ain't got no love. Your melanin addicted to the infliction of pollution. Chemical dependency, nature the solution. Grow your food and medicine, build homes in conclusion. The enemy will televise infiltration as inclusion.
And in order to be an appropriate persona in this country, whether that be North America, Central America, or South America, you must be a Moor. If they want to be sovereign, they got to go home. They cannot be sovereign here.
Universe is generous, so say less. I'm on it like a magic carpet. Ride away through your hood, all I find I keep. Peep to a abandoned scene, must be left by the vaccine. Oh well, we tried to told them. Now let's go into hell, molten lava jail. Now digger, well we gon' live well for free. The mind state translate the meekest first plan.
Peace, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Virgo Virgin Talk. This is the 2.5 season, the Sankofa season, where we look back and break some information forward from previous seasons and expound on some things. I am your energy awareness coach, your spiritual DNA decoder, Sunshine Monet L.
And I'm Danielle. I don't say
body and yoni expert, the hygiene consultant. She makes sure, your root and sacral chakra fine and healthy, gain awareness and balance. And we're going to learn about some of that today. Today is the episode of What's Your Grand Rising? And so there's some different fun facts I want to get into before we even get to that, because we're going to learn about how the signs rule the different hours on the different days of the week. And I found a really good diagram online, and it's cool. Take some screenshots. But yeah, we gotta start bringing the tea bags. We just slipping on the teas, first of all, because this is the part where I'm supposed to say what I'm sipping on. But no, you're not frozen. You here? You muted yourself.
I ain't sipped nothing today. I ate some watermelon. That's it. We definitely gotta bring the teas back, because the teas are good to indulge in, and creates that whole routine, that we gotta set up. That was our little ritual we were doing. I like the rituals that we were creating,
Right. Next Sunday we bring back the tea
different
time.
herbs, and there's a tea. Yes, indeed.
Well,
but we're not doing traditional episodes right now.
Right. I'm smoking on an herb blend today. I made an herbal blend. I'm smoking on it. It's a nice energizing blend with like mullein and
you got a nice glow with it too.
Yeah, I've been in the sun the last couple of days getting my rays in. I feel amazing. I feel nice and energized. I've been sleeping good. I've been waking up good. It's been good. Things are really aligning. My Leo is rising. I am a Leo rising sign. Ain't you a Leo rising sign too, sis?
Indeed, I am. Yes. I am a Leo rising sign, sis.
So is Mahatma. Mahatma is a Leo rising too. I think that's so fire. Forever a child.
Oh, okay.
We childish out here. Daddy girl.
Forever a child, feeling free. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can see that too.
Mm-hmm. Leo is the sign of the masculine energy, the father self, the patriarchal energy. So those with Leo rising signs kind of like sit under the energy of the patriarchs. It doesn't have to be your father. It could be your grandfather, uncle, whatever. I get along with all the patriarchs in my family. They love me. I love it here. My grandpa, my uncle, my dad, I be out here. All my uncles, honestly. So I be out here.
Damn.
And
I just got the connection with just my father. Well, I had I loved I was very close with my uncle's energy, but we wasn't close like physically. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Mm,
wasn't always around him all the time, but whenever we came around, you know what I'm saying, I was always drawn to my uncle, because that's my daddy's brother. Like he's got to be cool like my dad or even cooler.
right,
God rest his
right.
soul. God rest his soul, but he was actually a pretty cool guy, despite of what accomplishments people didn't believe he had in life or whatever. But I always wanted to have like that closeness with my uncles, the males of my family, like that. But I didn't on my mother's side. I got one uncle over there, and that's it. We don't have like a relationship or whatever. But because I guess I like the paternal, I like the paternal spirit. Like you said, you a daddy's girl. So yeah, you'll be your uncle's niece, your uncle's girl or whatever.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, it's the same flow of shit though. So yeah, I I understand that. Mm.
Yep, it makes sense. So like the Cancer risings, they take the baton of like, the mother, the matri lineage, and it's not just
Mm-hmm.
rising. It's where if you have Cancer in your chart, like that's the area in your life where you're, experiencing, the matriarchal energy, and
Mm-hmm.
the third house Gemini is like your siblings, neighbors, cousins, like the immediate cousins. Um, when you get into the fourth house is kind of like universal, but more so like on an empathetic, like kind of standoffish, but still in the mix kind of energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like I love everybody, but I don't really be seeing everybody. You know what I mean? Um, what's after that? Oh, Gemini is your neighborhood. Might be the next town over. Um, then you get into
Mm.
Cancer. It's the matriarch. I skipped mad ones just now. I know I did. I skipped Virgo. Virgo is self. Um,
Virgo's always looked over for some reason,
yeah.
intentionally though. It
Yeah, Virgo's
has
like
some
I be by
reason.
myself. I go into myself, the
Right.
internal selves. Venus, I mean not Venus, Libra
Mm-hmm.
is interpersonal relationships, marriages, partnerships, those more so interpersonal
Right.
friendships and stuff, and the balance in those spaces.
Mm-hmm.
It's after Libra. Scorpio is is like the elders in your family, the lineage
A Scorpio.
kind of energy. Yeah, because that
I
deals
can
with
feel that though.
inheritances. Yeah, and like nine
I can
generations.
feel
Nine is
that.
for Scorpio. Yeah. Um.
I feel that because I'm just looking at the energy that my child has. She's a Scorpio, but
You may see like a grandparent might look at your child and see like
she
somebody one of their grandparent energies or something like, oh, this reminds me of such stuff. So it'd be something like that.
very she has an old spirit.
Yeah. Ah. Yep. They usually do. Them Scorpio risings. Um. Sagittarius is like other. Now you're going into other countries and dealing with those relations, like foreign relations, foreign cultures, and things like that. Capricorn is kind of like community, but it's leadership community. So it's like standing by yourself amongst the collective kind of energy. And then Aquarius is just fully detached. Like I ain't even. I see what y'all doing. I ain't really paying y'all no mind though. and then um and then I think that's everybody. Did I go through everybody? Pisces is, just different different interactions you have, like associate energy exchanges, and then you go back to Aries. I'm a leader. So,
I'm just get on my damn on my phone.
oh, it looks and sounds way better now though.
Right. I'm glad it does because I really wasn't trying to hold my phone in my hand the whole time.
You know what I
But
do? I let my phone sit on the crevice of the laptop.
yeah, I usually do that too. But it's a weird angle. It's a
Um,
weird angle when you have a large chest.
oh,
So
I'm sure somebody will enjoy the ankle.
I'm sure. Yeah, but I don't know. It's just very weird. So I'll just hold it. But
But
since
that's
I
the
didn't even get to hear what you were saying, um, beyond the Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Uh,
I was saying like Sagittarius is now you're getting into foreign exchanges. Now you're going into other countries and other cultures, and
mhm.
dealing with your relationships there. And then
Right.
when you get into Capricorn, it's kind of like you're standing by yourself amongst the collective, like that leadership kind of energy, kind of like Moses and the tribe. Like I care about these people, I'm leading the people, but I'm not really connected to these people. That's
Right.
why
Right.
when he came down, he was like, "What the fuck?"
Hmm.
um, and then
They can detach
what
from
is
people too, though.
yeah, Aquarius gives off
Hmm.
that same kind of energy because Aquarius
Right.
is ruled by you know Saturn and Uranus, which is progressive change
Hmm.
in that vibe. So it's like that leadership energy, but more detached and progressive, pushing towards something else. And then Pisces is like just your regular energy exchanges, like interactions that you have throughout the day that like mirror your subconscious or what's going on. Like I was just going through that, and this person just randomly came up to me and started saying da 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 da, like things like that. That's Neptune energy, and those things, and that's just the relationships with the different rising experiences. So it's
Mm.
it's important to know what time you're born to find out your rising sign because the rising sign changes every 2.5 hours or every 2 hours or so.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
it's just addressing what constellation or what zodiac depends on if you're looking at the tropical or Vedic chart, but it's just addressing which one is at the east horizon line where the sun rises at that very time. So, and you're a Leo rising, that means that where the sun rose at that time you were born, Leo
Hmm.
was right there.
Okay.
Pieces, that means that Leo is right there. So and then every 2 hours that changes because it takes 2 hours for the next zodiac sign to come through
So
the
okay.
horizon line. And so that's
Okay.
in alignment with the Earth's rotation. And that's why it takes Earth like 24 hours to have a full rotation. And it takes
Right.
every ascendant, we got 12 zodiacs.
Right.
Each zodiac takes 2 hours. So that's the
Right.
24
24
hours.
right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, I learned a lot more about it now, even that little bit.
Right?
Uh-huh.
It makes it make sense now. Now it doesn't sound so fantastical. Like you just pulling that shit up. Like,
Right.
no,
Right.
that's where it physically is. You can go see it.
Right.
So this is the part of your chart that represents you more than your sun sign. Because all right, so the science of it is it takes the sun like 30 days to go through a zodiac. So, that's just an overall experience you're having over the course of 30 days. Like, what was the theme of that experience? But with the rising sign, because it happens every 2 hours, and the rising signs are not only in alignment with the hours, but also the days of the week. Like, when y'all hear me do the astrological report, and I say,
Hmm.
oh, Wednesday is ruled by, Eshu, but also your throat chakra and this, da 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 da. I'm telling y'all, like, the correlations and stuff like that. So, at that space and time, there's different zodiacs, so say 2 o'clock on a Thursday, it's a different energy than somewhere on this. So it's really getting into the actual details of your day. So that's why they say the rising sign is more you than the sun, because the sun is just giving you the overall theme, where the rising sign is literally giving you a blow by blow every hour of the day, every day of the week, what's kind of going on, the different energies you're exchanging. Now, if
Ah,
you allow yourself to get sucked into that, you're really going to be in control of your simulation, because you could really be like, oh, this is happening. I can manipulate this, because your rising sign can also be, manipulated.
oh wow. So I'm more of a Leo than a Virgo throughout the day.
Yeah. Throughout you rise on that energy.
Okay. Mm.
hmm Taurus rising. So you had the Taurus zodiac. You might have had the Taurus constellation too. It depends on what degree Taurus you were at. The Ayana Masa between the Vedic and the tropical chart is 23 degrees. So even if you don't have your Vedic chart in front of you, just look at the degree that you're at in that zodiac and subtract 23, and it'll tell you where you're at on the Vedic chart.
Mm.
hmm And if you want to align the planets with the cartography chart, like where you're at, every degree is a 69-mile radius. So you can see where that energy applies in case you want to do a road trip or something.
A 69-mile radius.
Yeah, is 1 degree
Uh,
in the sky from where you at.
So how you found that out?
Um, I be reading old books
Uh-huh.
that be telling you, like, how to do the maths, because I like to learn the caveman style pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I like to learn caveman style, the different maths to do and stuff, so that if any in my mind, I think one day the internet's going to fall apart and people are going to burn
It
books,
is.
but I know everything, so I could teach it to my kids and we just gonna make our own books. Like, that's been in my head ever since I was a kid, and that's just where I
Okay.
always been at. So I've made it my business to learn how to make shit from scratch, how to do math for certain things from scratch.
Right, right,
If I was
right,
outside in the middle of nowhere, would I know what I'm doing? Yes,
right.
I would. If
That's
we
pretty
had to
dope.
reduce back to Windows 95, would you know what you were doing?
Windows 95. Oh shit.
ah, I would know what I was doing.
Oh damn, with the floppy disk.
hmm
Yeah.
And that's because my sun, moon, Mercury, and Venus are in Virgo. So those are my experiences throughout those time frames. So we talked about, the rising sign being every 2 hours. The sun is every 30 days. Uh, the moon is 28 days. Mercury is 3 months. Venus is about, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, Mercury is about 30 days. Venus is about 18 and a half days. And those are your personal planets. And so those are like different
Mm-hmm.
experiences, different patterns you find yourself going through with those planetary placements during those time frames.
Mm.
And then pay attention to the houses. Okay, so that's another thing. Your ascendant sign is important to know because it sets the theme for the rest of the houses. Because as you know, okay, you're born at such and such time. Like I was born at 4:18 a.m. So that's when Leo was where the sun was at. So 6:18 a.m. Virgo came up, and that so Virgo
Mm.
rules over my second house. And then
Mm-hmm.
when the third house was coming up, it was 8:18. So my third house is ruled by Libra, and so on and so forth. So I just, it goes up from there.
So we moving through these different zodiacs throughout the day as well, right?
hmm
That's pretty dope. So we
Yeah,
all got these different personalities.
yeah, because you
Different
have to
mood
look at
swings.
where your planet is at on the chart. So like I'm about to show you the
Mhm.
model of hmm, what website is this?
So, how did you first get into learn about the rising sign, your ascendant sign, or what have you? You know, I know usually an average person starts out with getting into their sun sign, and then when you want to plunge a little bit deeper, you get into your moon sign. But then you be like, oh wow, I have other signs too and other placements.
Hmm.
You know, that's how it was for me.
Okay, so even on the Vedic chart, you're still Taurus rising. You're a 3 degree. So your Vedic chart is directed towards creation, and this chart is balance.
Oh, that's a me. My big shirt.
Yeah, so there you go.
So I'm a Cancer on Mondays.
Right. So these are like the hours. So the first 2 hours,
hmm
of the day,
Right.
they give to the sun and the moon. So hold on. Because the Chinese zodiac, this kind of like the rise, or it's more so practiced in the Chinese zodiac. With the rat being like Aries energy being the beginning, because the story with the Chinese zodiac is, the supreme being had a party and he was like, whoever gets to my party, whatever order you get into, that's how the
hmm
zodiac energies will be in that order. And so
hmm
everybody has their own story about how they got to the party with time, and the rat just so happened to be first because he was, strategic, he was smart about it. Same thing with Aries energy. So but how they had it set up was what they do is they split the hours into two halves, right? So you have the yin half and then you have the yang half, because this is
hmm
how we get the 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of nighttime in the 24-hour period. So you see how like each zodiac energy, let me share this one instead. Let me start here before we even go there. So each zodiac energy rules over 2 hours, because it takes 2 hours for each, zodiac or constellation come through the east horizon line. So the first hour would be the sun, the yang, and then the second
Okay.
hour would be the yin, or the inward, and they used to call it auras, HORAS, and that's where we get the word hours from.
Hours
So
from right,
yeah,
and
so
auras in Spanish, right?
hmm
hmm
so that's where they get the 12 hours of daytime and 12 hours of nighttime in the
Uh-huh.
24-hour period, because they split the yin and yang. One is associated with the sun, where the other one is associated with the moon. So these are the order, the overall order on how it goes out the day. And you got to think like in the mindset of the rat is Aries, the ox is the bull, Taurus, the tiger is Gemini, the rabbit is Cancer, the dragon is Leo, the snake is Virgo, the horse is Libra.
No
Um,
wonder I like snakes.
yeah,
For some reason, I find them fascinating. Yes, I do.
I keep attracting rats. I don't understand why.
Cats.
Yeah, I attracted an ox one time. It was
Because you
okay,
gotta eat the rat. You gotta eat the rat. Too. You're a snake. You gotta eat the rat.
right? I'm a horse. Actually, my Chinese zodiac, I'm a horse. I was born in
I'm.
the horse year.
I'm the tiger.
Oh, this is your year, sis. You're in the year of the tiger.
Is it?
Oh no, that was last year. We're in the year of
I'm
rabbit.
about to say, hold on. Is it? We're in the year of somebody, right?
No, we in the year of the rabbit. Last
Oh,
year
the
was the year
rabbit.
of the tiger. Yeah, rabbit is nice
Oh,
though. Rabbit is abundance.
abundance.
Yeah.
That's nice. I like that. I feel it.
I feel it. I feel like the
I
energy I
feel
put in, I get out. I feel a fertility in my creative spurts.
oh, a fertility. Okay.
Yeah, stuff is
Mm-hmm.
stuff is manifesting.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Mm. Yeah, it's a different energy now. At this point in time in the year, um, I think this is when things are looking good for me
Mhm.
until about September. um, but I think all that is changing.
Okay.
I think I'm finally going to get out of that cycle.
Cycle. Yeah, good.
Hmm.
You're rising.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I have to keep
Hmm.
telling myself that I am, and I have to keep doing so. So
Right.
yeah. Hmm.
Good for you. That's good.
It's good for you too because it's happening to you as well.
Yeah, man. I love it here. I'm having a great time.
Hmm. Right. Look how much progress you have made.
Progress, progress. I love it here. We getting this,
Yeah,
sis.
we is. We certainly are.
So these are the times. This is the energy. Rat being the vibe of the new beginnings, and then when the sun rises, and then the animals start to come out and eat while the dew is on the grass with the ox. And then when we get up into the tiger realms, there's people, you know, starting to feel the vibes of the sun.
Hmm.
It's starting to wake the eye of the tiger, that Cancer Yamoja starts to go away a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, then when we come to the 5 and 7, the rabbit comes out. This is the awareness, intellect. Rabbits think. That rising thinking motion, rising with the sun. Dragon, sun is out,
Hmm.
right? So snake is the hour we get into, organizing, scheduling. What are we doing for the day? Where are we going? You're going into that space, place, and time. Is usually like, your job or school or whatever. That's that Virgo time. Pieces.
That feels. I feel that on there. So.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That's the 9 to 11, and
Hey,
then
Charlene. Peace.
peace. When you come into the horse, now you're moving around a bit because you're coming to, where the sun is at its peak. You're feeling your peak in your energy. This is high tide from 11 to 1, right? And
Hmm.
then from 1 to 3, you're still in that high tide, but it's coming down. The things that you were moving towards and stuff like that is starting to wind down. This is when, like, the end of the day comes, you start wrapping up projects. Stuff comes
Hmm.
into, you're done finishing up things, wrapping up things, blah, blah. Um, and then, like, the end of the school day too. So now you're in somewhat motion again. You're wrapping up the things you did throughout that day or whatever. Then you come to 3 to 5, and that's kind of like on the way home or preparing for home. Um, that monkey goat energy.
They say the monkey is trouble.
They say the
Well,
monkey's
you're the
trouble.
monkey is trouble. Yeah, that's what this Chinese lady told me.
The monkey can be trouble when it's
Hmm.
imbalanced, because you gotta think the
Hmm.
monkey is associated with Sagittarius, which is the
Hmm.
sacral chakra energy. We know the vibes of Obatala and the stories of Obatala when
Hmm.
he was at an imbalance. So if you have an
Hmm.
imbalanced monkey on your hands, this is where a lot of that riffraff comes into play. Like, I'll meet you after school at 3 o'clock, 3:30 on the playground, or
Right.
you're dealing with the fire energy here, or just a little mischievous things you could have did right after school
Way
before
deep
mom
down in
came
the
home from
jungle,
work or whatever.
the signifying monkey stepped on the lion's feet.
Uh-huh. Yep. This is
Hmm.
the hours from 3 to 5. Like, mom ain't home
Hmm.
yet. We got the free
Hmm.
crib. We on our way home. That's the monkey. So sometimes the monkey does the right thing. Sometimes the monkey don't.
Right.
From 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., you come into the rooster energy. That's when, the patriarchal started coming home. The roosters come in the what is it? I don't know what the fuck the quote is. You know what I meant when I said that though.
Oh, the roosters. The root. Yes, what is the roosters are? Damn, I forgot it that quick too.
Hey, if y'all know it, y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so that's when that is happening. Especially like during the during that time where the woman and the kids were home all day and the husband came home at that certain time. Everybody came home around these hours, and so and then that's when they're doing all that, and then from 7 to 9 is kind of like that togetherness kind of energy, home and family tapping in, talking, how was your day, what you do, what did you learn today, that level of awareness, watching the news, sitting at the dinner table chatting with your kids, all that fun stuff. That's the dog energy. Oh, you're a rat too. All my
Huh.
exes are rats. um, and then you come into the pig energy from 9 to 11. That's when we're preparing for bed. That's when you get into the that Neptune energy, that Piscean energy, the subconscious. Off to the
Mm-hmm.
land of Nod. We out here. So that's how those energies are rolling those hours, and that overall scale. Now I found another John. This is also reiterating that this one is a little bit more intricate as far as they this might be easier to read than this. Well, no, this might be better. Let me zoom out a little bit. I got too close. You're too close. Okay. Oh, it's showing up right on this screen, but on my screen, it's all meshed together. It looked like I messed it up. Okay.
Mm.
Oh, because I'm not sharing the tab that I was sharing. My bad. I was on the wrong tab, y'all. Okay. I was over here. Let's go. So over
Okay.
here, they get into how like the hours, you know, are according to the days of the week. So on Sundays ruled by the sun. So you start the hour off in Leo. And then, 2 is the Libra scales, 3 is Gemini, then 4 Cancer, so on and so forth. On a Monday, you start your day off in Cancer, Tuesday, Aries, Gemini, so on and so forth. And that sets the tone for, the rest of the energies for that day. And so this is how it goes
Mm.
during the week.
That's
I'm gonna
interesting.
I'm gonna zoom out a little bit more just in case y'all want to do a screenshot thing or something. I was trying to zoom in so everybody could see it, but this little image right here is in the way. Move.
So it doesn't look like they necessarily interchange like in order of the places of how they move through the zodiac in that order. It looks different. Libra,
No, this
Gemini.
one is more
Mm-hmm.
per hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one's more per hour. However, you can still use the same aspects because hour 1 and 2 is still dealing with that Aries energy. This is the rising here. Leo Libra is the rising energy here. Cancer Aquarius is the rising energy. So these are the two, elements you have to balance during that rising. And when you
Mm,
get into
okay.
3 or 4, you're going into the second house. So, you know, then you deal with this energy here, so on and so forth. So you can still do it that way. This is like the yin and yang of each side of things.
I find it amazing that you can just keep learning and learning and learning about this right here. Like it's always something new to discover. Just when you think you mastered or learned something, like oh, there's some old, some old other shit that you got to know about.
Right? Because like
Uh
the
huh.
thing with the zodiacs and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that is it's how we used to tell the time. This is how we used to
Mm-hmm.
tell time. This is how we used to tell the seasons. This is how we used to describe the seasons of the people, of our internal selves, of nature, of the animals. of the history and the different social interactions that were in alignment with, like everything was in alignment, which is why like when you read different like religious texts, you have all these different interpretations of the same text, but they're all correct. Like, you know, because all that shit was happening at the same time. As above, so below, as within, so without.
I'm thinking like, okay, this is before they even came up with like, you know, numbers.
No, it's the same time because they still had like symbolism to call it and name it. Because you remember when we
Right.
did the celestial maps episode and we saw all the how the how it was like the Islamic astrologers that had all of that, but they got that all the way back from the Sumerians when they was just doing lines in the stone. So you know it seems like there was never a time where it was not. You know what I'm saying? When man was, this was. Because that's just how like that was just the enlightenment they had. Like you go outside, you see the stars, they moving. You see the patterns. We like the code patterns that we see.
You notice that they changed a lot. Can't keep up with it. Well, try to keep up with it, finding ways to keep up with it. And then, yeah, you do recognize that pattern. Like, oh, okay, at this time, this is where Leo is sitting at. Then there goes the Libra. All right. So, yeah, I would say that that's true in how you tell time and then different seasons or what have you. You know, you get into that too. Mm.
Yep.
But at what point did they make the sundial?
I mean, the sun. I think the sundial was back there with the Sumerians because that shit was initially made out of stone. I think, you know, even when we did the episode on the mermaids and we talked about the nomos and the seven sages that was like half person, half, you know, fish or whatever, and how they came out the waters to communicate. And then me and Roxy just did an episode on Yamoja talking about Mami Wata and how she represents Cancer, which is Yamoja, which is the third eye energy, that connection between intellect and the physical self, right? You know, so it just feels like soon as man was formed that or maybe it's when we ate the apple. I don't know. We ate the apple and made a sundial. I was like, fuck this.
Okay.
Okay.
I wonder if they ever made a moon dial.
I mean, how would they get the moon? The moonlight don't reflect like that, do it? Yeah,
I
it would
mean,
have to be
yeah, it
like
does when it's full.
yeah, when
Like,
it's full and close.
yeah, when it's full, like, you know, it'll light up the wilderness for real. I noticed that. And there's like no clouds, you know, the sky is clear. When the sky is,
Yeah.
most of the time when I see a full moon, the sky is pretty clear. So you can have that, light. So
Oh
you
yeah, the full moon does not allow backup singers and dancers. It's blotting out all them stars. It's my time.
right. You don't see shit else, but
You see, they trying to blot out our buck moon, man. It's been cloudy over here. We get the
oh
sun for a little bit, and then these clouds come heavy. Like what the? I've been
yeah,
enjoying the sun as much as I can for the last 2 days.
yeah. We about to approach a full moon tonight, though, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're coming into a full moon tonight. In fact, the moon, look, when it was in the waxing gibbous stage,
Mhm.
it was red. It was red and it was big. I
Because it
was
was
like,
in
oh
the
my God.
Scorpius constellation. Those red stars.
Yes. And then my minstrel appeared. I was like, wow. How
That's how you coming.
right.
Cool.
Right. I was, yeah. Yeah, but still, it is what it is. It is what it is. Wow, I just thought, I wonder if it's going to be red when it becomes full, though, because it hasn't been red for a few days.
uh, it depends on what star is nearby. I think it's gonna be in Capricorn, but I think it might still be in Sagittarius constellation at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It might be orange starting the day off.
Full moon 4. And I keep forgetting it's July already.
Oh, good. Well, you got nice scenery in your backyard too. I bet that was nice.
Huh?
Um, Mahatma, she said I've been lucky to see the moon the past 2 nights.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been watching it every night. Literally every night since I noticed that it was, in that waxing gibbous stage. I was like, damn, like it was really noticeable. Like I couldn't ignore it.
Our rising sign is in Leo right now. It's been in Leo for well, I always catch it in Leo.
Oh, I think you got an alarm for that set, sis.
Probably. It's here for you again.
I've been having different alarms going off on my phone. I don't even know what the hell these alarms were set for because I never have an alarm set in the evening time. It's a few of them. I had to be like, what? I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Maybe the universe is trying to tell me something. So when was like the ascending sign like first like discovered on the charts that we use, Like when did they first start discussing them?
I have no idea. Because you gotta think like they was using the east horizon line with the sun and the moon for a
Mhm.
very long time. And
Mhm.
they've been acknowledging the rulership of planets over zodiacs and stuff since Sumerian time. So
Mhm.
honestly, we just got to keep going back to that period of time. They that area, and then the Dravidians before them had left some stuff behind, and they too were given their acknowledgement more so not to mermaids from the water, but more so
Mhm.
reptilians. They had the half
Mhm.
crocodile, half human situation with the sages that taught the Dravidians. So that was where a lot of their obsession came with the reptiles and the dragons and things like that.
Okay.
Um, I guess that's when you get into the story of Tiamat. That first sentence in Genesis is when you're talking about the Dravidians before the Sumerians, or the energy
Um,
before the Dravidians. We even going back further than that.
so they call this. I'm looking up more about the moon and weather because I seen Mahatma's comment. But
Mhm.
we're coming into the buck moon.
Yeah, this is the season where the buck get their antlers. So that's again aligning the fact that we used to associate zodiac energies and suns and moons with what was going on in nature.
Right.
A lot of the nicknames is our Native American nicknames for the moons because that's what they noticed what happened in nature when this moon came around, and that's how they used to detect when to travel where. You know what I mean? Like, oh, the pink moon, the flowers are growing up north now. We can travel
Right.
back up there because the that means that the worm moon is next, where
Right.
the soil starts to defrost to where the worms are coming out. All that stuff.
Mhm.
And now niggas about to go hunting. It's hunting time. They spent all this time around doing what they got to do to prepare for the winter time.
Yeah, they are out. Well, I've noticed that they're out during the day and during the evening time. You would think they're nocturnal creatures. But
I think some are and some not. I think it's just
I think it's a personality trait of
yeah, yeah. That's what I was saying. I was thinking in my head, like I think it depends.
Yeah, it really does. I would say like well, I would say I only see like the mothers with their babies out during the daytime, but they're out during evening as well.
Yeah,
And
it
I
really
have
depends on
seen
the
like
tribe.
bucks. Yeah, and I have seen bucks out in the day. More so in the day, I see the bucks. I rarely see them at night. I rarely see them get hit by a car and on the side of the road.
somebody doing something right.
Mm. Maybe it's not that many of them around though. Uh,
Mm.
Oh, because they be hunting the buck. Oh, they really only like to hunt the buck.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess so because the meat is different. They always say like the younger they are, like the softer and all that weird shit. Like when they eat like lamb, it's like I want to eat the baby lamb. Like people are weird. That's why they be eating baby kids. It's the same thing. And then they want to say, "Oh, don't say that. This is the same thing. Y'all being
I thought
weird."
about it like as a dominant thing, the men out there hunting down the alpha male of the woods. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what
One
certain
of the
people
alpha
do.
males.
They go out there and they
Mhm.
hunt lions and take pictures with them, and then we get
Mhm.
mad.
Mhm.
Honestly, in Native American culture, it was you take what you need. We didn't start
Right. You don't take
hunting and
just
over
doing it.
hunting until these
Yeah.
people came over here with their guns
Yeah.
and their money.
Yeah.
I mean, of
You
course,
know.
you had some people. Maybe there was some people out here that was still being extra. I don't know, but for the most part, that was not the energy. It was you take what you need and you leave what you don't,
And you
because
give
somebody else
back.
might come
Right.
along. Yeah, and you always give
Right.
back. You always replace. You always give thanks. It always
And
mattered.
yes, it's definitely an exchange.
Hmm. So
But there's no
it's
exchange with that
sad.
when you just hunting all the damn buck male deer or whatever. Because I think it's just it's a act of domination. You know,
Yeah,
male dominance or whatever. Like, oh yeah, I hunt down this big ass buck or whatever.
ego
And yeah,
teams.
and then the meat and shit is goes along with that.
Their rising sign is probably in Sagittarius, the hunter, or Aries, the warrior. And
Mm.
those are the kind of experiences that they want to have. They want to have those warrior like experiences, of those like over the top adventures. And so you have some people that channel that energy through violence, in illegal ways, and then some who find the gray area, and then some who actually go the legal route, like, well, I'm just going to box, or I'm going to be a wrestler, or I'm going to hunt, or I'm going to, whatever. But nonetheless, it's still that kind of energy, that fire rising energy being given off, which is the energy of that level of action and things like that. Also, your rising sign lets you know what your ruling planet is. So our Leo is associated with the sun. So the sun is our ruling planet. We The sun gives us our overall experiences on what's going on. So we pay attention to the sun, who and what, where is in alignment with the sun. Feeling transformations in your space right now as the sun, is doing this little thug dizzle. I seen some photos with some crazy sun flares coming off. I done seen two suns. Is mad stuff happening to my sun risings out there. Are
Mm.
y'all okay?
Wow.
But yeah, so that's our ruling planet. So when you think about, Roxy said that you're a Taurus rising, so Venus is your ruling planet. I know Muhammad's a Leo rising too, so Sun is
Oh, that's
yours,
pretty bright. They have a Venus rising.
right? A Venus rising, your experiences are rooted in seeing the love and beauty and everything.
Right.
And Roxy's very beautiful, very captivating, face and things. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, very good.
I went out with her. She was catching all the young whippersnappers. Okay, I see what's this.
Indeed. That Piscean energy and then that Venus.
Right, just out here being innocently beautiful and attractive. I can't help it. I'm just outside. Like, okay,
Very
you beautiful
charismatic.
girl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A magnet.
Hmm. Leos like to make an impression. We're like, how cats are in a room and they like start doing that extra stretch in the middle of the floor because they see company. They start doing all that extra stuff. Oh, it's company in the room. Who are
Me, I
you?
dress up.
Huh.
I dress up, and then I start. I don't know, like if I was in like a setting or where there's a gathering or whatever, I'll start dancing or some shit, you
Mm.
know, and then people will follow my lead.
I allow my Virgo energy to support my Leo vibes with
Mm-hmm.
my addiction to being of service and useful. I love to be useful. It makes me feel good,
Mm-hmm.
and it gives people that impression that I want to be included, so they include me. and and then my intellect, that Virgo,
Yeah.
intellect. See, the difference between Virgo and Gemini is Gemini doesn't have a ground, like imbalanced Gemini doesn't have a groundedness in how they think
Uh-huh.
and what they think
Mm-hmm.
about. They just everywhere.
They be
Even a
everywhere.
grounded Gemini, like they just know a little bit of everything. They're not really focused on a focal point. They know a lot of useless shit. Whereas Virgos is like they have so many filters, that overthinking, overanalyzing, black hole energy, and the constellation vibe that like filters through so much stuff, and it's like I only need what's vital.
Right. Like I trash that shit out my head because it will frustrate me to try to contain unnecessary shit too. Like,
Yeah,
why do I
I'm
need
not
to?
interested.
Yeah. Why do I need to hold on to this information? Like, I mean,
Reciting Guinness Book of World Record facts does not fascinate
girl,
me.
that's me. Like, I know dumb shit. Like,
I would never play Jeopardy and win. What? I don't know that stuff. I don't know what y'all talk about. But that's the difference between the two energies. So I allow my Virgo energy to support my Leo vibes, my desire to be bold and loud and, be justifiably bold and loud. I don't want to be just bold and loud for no reason. That's them imbalanced Leos that be doing that ratchet shit outside. Like, I have no basis for my bold and loudness. I'm just bold and loud. Like, but then you have them, they learn zodiacs now too. So now they be like, I'm a Leo. I'm bold. No, 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 no. Time out. I'm bold
mm,
and loud right now because I'm on stage with the mic in my hand. I'm bold and
right.
loud right now because this is my event and I coordinated it. I'm bold and
Mm-hmm.
loud right now because I'm at my vending table and you asked me about a product and I'm very enthused to tell you how I feel about it and stuff like that. So there's justifications to my bold and loudness, but trust me, believe it's there. And they're really good cheerleaders. Leos are great. Leo rises, we gonna cheer the shit out of whatever you're doing. I'm in there. You need my help? I'm there. Always put me as a default
They make great hype
option.
men. Yep.
We are
A great
great
hype.
hype men. I'm
Mm-hmm.
always rooting for you. Tyra Banks ain't got
Mm-hmm.
shit on me.
And can't nobody say you no different. Long
For
as I
real.
said that shit, right? Hell
It's
yeah. As long
loud.
as I'm rooting for you, it's
It's
all that
yours. For
matters.
real.
That's the energy they give out too. Shit. Man, I don't damn what the hell everybody else saying.
The thing with Leo risings is just to learn to be a little laxed on that extremity stuff and the
Mm-hmm.
theatrics sometimes. I know when I was a kid I was extra as fuck. But then when I went to high school and college I took theater courses. So I'm justifiably extra as fuck now. And the stubbornness, because they're opinionated but they don't like to take opinion.
Right.
So there's that. Interesting. But there's other rising signs if y'all want to hear about them. Virgo is just routine and small habits. In your experience is gonna be good for you. Libra, learn work on communication skills because you like to
Oh my God.
maintain
Yeah.
peace and productivity, but the way you go about communicating it is not cool. So and it'll help you in that leadership energy that you're actually really capable of doing because of your ability to see things from different points of view. um Scorpio energy, work on trusting people, trusting the process of things, loosen the fuck up. But being in a space of like a business owner or in some space of management is really good for you. Sagittarius energy, they're very big picture people and very optimistic. You guys usually gain your wisdom through mistakes and stuff like that. When you become imbalanced and overactive, unfortunately, that's just how you get it. But then the generosity comes right after. That's just the story for you guys. Um, Aries, they have the act first, think later energy that they got to work on. Work on being patient and giving yourself grace so that you can give other people around you grace as well. But having like calming activities in your regular schedule will definitely help y'all too. Chill the fuck out. Taurus rising energy and your experience and impressions. Lots of beauty and creativity. We talked about this, nourishing your desires in the name of joy and bliss. Um, you want to work on spending time in nature and creating things and like calming sensual experiences, because some of your sensual experiences can be very taxing, with that over, if it becomes overactive. Y'all know how I go. Yeah. Y'all like nice things, okay? Gemini energy, right? Their experience is being the seekers of knowledge, and they love info exchanges and dialogue, and their mind is always changing because they're so open minded. It's kind of like Geminis have like that childlike curiosity, while Sagittarian has that old man wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's soaking up new experiences, traveling to different spaces to have those different, communication exchanges are good for you. Be mindful of your mental anxiety, grounding exercises in your daily routine is good for you. Cancer, Cancers move at the moon tide, so your experiences are going to be in alignment with whatever the moon is doing, whatever stars, if it's an apogee or perigee, and whatever phase and degree it's in. You are forever moving with the moon. Poor babies. The energy shift, on the overall scale happens every 2.5 days or so. But then you can still feel the little like intricate pieces. It depends on, if you have a lot of other water signs or air signs in your chart, that'll make you very sensitive to the smaller movements of the moon outside of those main energy phases and zodiac changes. Um, Being a caretaker, home sign, having stable family ties is important for you. However, if there's some karmic energy in your chart somewhere, having a stable home and family may be your challenge in this life and something that you end up pursuing for the rest of your life, like a Will Smith movie. Um, Capricorn energy, being cautious and calculating. The emotional walls is your experience here. The different causes and effects of having those emotional walls and knowing, how and when to let them down. Um, Focusing on having a successful future and legacy is what justifies those walls. And usually you develop that whole mindset and those way of doing things at a really young age with a lot of responsibility. um
Mm-hmm.
but you make really good leaders because you do it. Just be mindful of learning how to stand by yourself amongst the collective. That's all. um Aquarius rising energy, as far as your experiences go, you're not afraid to stand up for what you believe in, so definitely don't listen. um my son is an Aquarius moon. He do not listen. He has no problem with telling me hey mom, I don't really like the way you talked to me just now. That was wild. Like, what?
Right. I'm gonna do my own
um
thing.
right. They're great humanitarians, but they rebel. So it's like they care about things, but like, don't tell me what to do. Okay, I'm gonna do it my way. Their intentions are they do want the best for the collective, but they're loners at the same time.
They could be detached.
Yeah, they're like Superman. Superman
Yeah.
don't be chilling with these niggas, but he will save
Uh-uh.
these niggas.
Right.
And that's
Right.
the Aquarius energy. Valuing that freedom and individuality that comes with that solitude. For you guys, confirming is not for y'all. Y'all not here to conform. Y'all not here to do what the indoctrination or what everyone else is doing. It's a reason why you feel the need to rebel all the time. And when you listen to what other people would rather you do, say, react, behave, bad things start happening, and you're noticing that pattern. And it's because you're fighting against how your energy rises. You If you are doing what everyone else is doing, you're doing something wrong.
Hmm.
Do your thing. Do your thing. When you rebel, it enhances your survival here in your simulation. Pisces, last but most certainly not least. In this experience, this rising energy is just being open and receptive and creative, like, being a very dreamy person. leading to escapism. So be mindful of using escapism as always a response to things, whether you're going running away inside your head or running away physically. Both have a issue. I know that the Piscean energy of always taking on other people's energy, because Pisces, they either get pushed by the fish or pushed by the water, or they're doing what they feel like all their might to try to swim against it. That's where a lot of that I feel what everyone is feeling energy comes from, because
They
of
go with the
how
flow.
well that, yeah, the school is, the fish, they flow together, right?
Right?
They feel each other.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the Piscean energy. And because they feel everything so deeply on that level to where they flow with it, that's
Yeah.
where a lot of the escapism comes. Because like it's very overwhelming. Because you imagine being in a room with four different people and really trying to swim in all of their schools. Like the
Right?
fuck, get away from me. Like, you guys are, that's a lot. And that's where the escapism comes. That's where you get the sitting in the corner being quiet, or physically leaving, like, all right, I'm finna head out. And like you
Right?
get, the different energies, and that's because of how, how sensitive they are in that realm. So it's all about having boundaries in your mind, having boundaries in your auric self, having boundaries in your subconscious. Because the fact that you're letting those thoughts and energy seep into your subconscious is the real issue
Mm.
here. So you have to put boundaries in that realm, in this simulation, for you to have better experiences and be able to really use your Piscean energy to how you and when you and why you want to, instead of when other people just come in your space. It's kind of like having a superpower, but you're not learning how to control it yet. You're just letting it control you and get out of hand and stuff like that. You just establish some me time for grounding and like physical awareness spaces, and then practice boundaries, like yell in the mirror. What does it say? I see power. I see
Mm.
something. I see a bad mother, something, something, something. I've been terrible with quoting shit today, and I ain't even mad.
Oh, wow.
It was at Cool Runnings. I see power.
You know what? It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. Sis. That's with the bobsled shit, right? Oh, am I frozen? Oh, darn it. Oh, I was frozen.
You funky bitch. We
Okay.
back. We back.
Okay, okay, that's good. That's what's up. I was like, hold on.
But yeah, your rising sign, it reveals the major themes that you're going to encounter throughout your life. What your simulation is based on. It's kind of like when you play a video game, your rising sign is like the all the little accessories that you put on you, because your sun sign is like your physical body before you put all the accessories on you. And then the moon sign is all the attributes that you put on your character. That's all the stuff they have going on in the inside. And then the rising sign is like the kind of board you're putting them in, and all the bells and whistles you're putting on them that affect their experience on that board. That is the rising sign. So that's how you can put those different things together. Mercury is, do you know when to go in the backpack? Like, what's the pattern? How you keep losing in this game? How you keep repeating this board? How you acting? That's Mercury. You know, Venus is your eyeballs. Mars is how you moving. Yeah, how's your reflexes? How's your strategy going? Jupiter. I always talk about Streets of Rage. I know Streets of Rage is a big game for me when I was a kid. But when you see the chicken or the apple on the floor right before you get to the big bag, the RoboCop, the Saturn energy, that's Jupiter right there on the floor. Pick up that apple right there. Pick up that chicken. Let that give you life real quick. Let that be your Jupiter before you get to that Saturn, that big monster at the end of the board game. You feel what I'm saying? And then if you die, you going into the Neptune. You know what I'm saying? But if you make it to the next, round, you go into the Aquarius energy, you get detached to the next round. So all those things. There's different ways you can look at the simulation you're in. I like to look at it from a video game standpoint. I like to look at it from a number standpoint. I like to look at it from a chemical equation standpoint, astrological standpoint, from the standpoint of the Orishas. Like, it's different ways you can look at this, and it'll change your point of view. all in all, at the end of the day, you have the power to, you know, tweak anything how you want. These elements were given to you. Same like I just said, when you build your character, these are all the bells and whistles on you. This is all the tools you put in your book backpack before you enter this board. You get what I'm saying? So you have the power to reach into that backpack, you know, do whatever you gotta do here. Like, you know, to sit in even that's why they say, like, oh, when you go to a certain room, dress a certain way. They're acknowledging your rising sign. They're saying the impression your rising sign is a little ilky. Fix that shit. We don't like that rising energy you gave us in that room. You know what I mean? This ain't the room for that. And that's when you either make that decision, you know, in my rising experience, am I going to be malleable with the rooms that I sit in with the tools that I have, or am I just going to sit where these tools are already accepted, you know? And you have that. I like to be malleable. Again, once again, I use my Virgo energy to support my Leo rising. Virgo energy being a mutable space and being able to sit in rooms and adapt to different situations stuff because I love to be useful. So my mind always goes that route. I'm sitting in a room with these kind of people. How can I be useful and included here? I'm sitting in a room with these kind of people. How can I, like, I've always been that way. Like in the cafeteria, I was sitting at all the lunch tables. Everybody fucked with me. It didn't matter what group of people. So, you know, but it's all up to you and how you want to utilize your rising sign. Like, it's your world. You know what I'm saying? What else do I know? Oh, transiting planets. When we get into the transit signs, which is where the planets, how the planets are moving now, is, you know, now in this space, you know, the goals are being manifested, new projects are coming and stuff like that. Ideas and perspectives take form. So that's when you see, like, you know, it's kind of like a renewal when a planet enters in another house, in a new house, and then you kind of like have like a whole new experience in that part of your life in alignment with your natal planets and how you choosing to manipulate those energies you have on your chart.
So explain how what the transit chart is. Like
Huh?
how is the chart different from your birth chart?
The transit.
Yes.
So the transit is where the planets are right now. They don't have
Right.
anything to do with your birth chart. The birth chart is like a snapshot. It's a
Right.
one real quick picture of that exact time, date,
Mhm.
and place you were born. They
Mhm.
get down to the longitude and latitude of where you were born at
Right.
to, you know, give you that space. So that's your natal. And so in transit is forever moving.
Right.
So you could try to
So
get
that's fine.
you get another snapshot, you know,
Right.
this is, and then another snapshot, then another snapshot, then another
Right.
snapshot. It's forever moving like that. So that's
Right.
transiting. It's more so being present, like current charts. And you can align those two. Like you could say, like, okay, right now the sun is in Cancer. Our sun is in Virgo. So while we be having these, like, you know, being useful intellectual spaces, this, that, and the third, we're tapped into that Cancer experience, you know, maybe being more mindset on like, oh, I could be useful in home and family, or, you know, my usefulness is starting to come out and creating nurturing spaces, bringing safe spaces, being a safe space to other people, you know, putting that into your schedule, into your time and management and stuff like that, being a safe space to yourself and going inward into self. You know, those are different ways you can align that sun and your sun. Also thinking about what house it's in as well. Like my sun is in my second house. So by me creating these nurturing spaces and stuff like that, you know, my pinnacles, you know, get affected by, you know, how well I tap into that sun in Virgo. That's where my pinnacles are at.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The punishment of Virgo is always fucking with the money.
Uh-huh. But that's the thing. When you're not moving, when you start moving like that loner energy that Virgo
Mhm.
can suck you into, that's when you lose the money.
Mhm.
But when you start helping people out, that's
As a
when the money
collective,
come.
yeah.
Yeah, that's when the money
Mhm.
come. When you be useful, when you be of service, and that's the
Yeah.
pattern we don't be trying to get with because we have a tendency to attract people that we don't want to be around. But the thing with the
Right.
mutable energy is mutable energy needs boundaries too. You
Right.
know, because you can't just be adapting into everybody cup. Some of these cups ain't for you. You
Right.
know, you got to be able to say no, so you don't come into that. Oh, I got to be alone. I got to be alone, because that's when you start fucking the pinnacles up. Like, the sun is in Cancer in the 11th house right now. So that we dealing with humanitarian purposes, the soul purpose. The
Right.
11th house is ruled by Gemini. There's Gemini energy over the 11th house right now. On the whole, 360 type of scale, not so much as the hours like we talked about. So oh, you're a Cancer rising? Oh, okay, cool.
Cancer
So
rising.
your
Okay.
experience is finding that balance in your home life, your home and family. That's your pursuit of happiness and being safe spaces. That the matrilineal energy is important for you, carrying that out, healing the matrilineal energy in your family is good for you too. So with your Cancer rising in a Leo rising space, the transit chart has Leo in rising right now. Um, you have like that combination of the feminine third eye and the masculine third eye, the internal experience and the external in alignment, and that's pretty cool. Oh, and then I wanted to say what you were saying about the Kundalini rising too. So
Yeah,
we
I was
went
asking
over
about
the
the Kundalini
time.
rising. Mm-hmm.
Right. Remember how I went over the time every 2 hours, how the different things that was going on through the day? That's also
Right.
how your Kundalini rises as well. That's also how your Kundalini rises throughout the week. You know,
And it starts from the bottom, from your root chakra on up. Like it rises. I guess it starts from down there, then it goes up there to the top. I was reading something on that.
well, that's the thing about
Wow,
it.
that's
So
too
that's
high.
the way the Kundalini rises
Mm-hmm.
versus so the physical self is rising in that way, while the
Mm-hmm.
intellectual self is rising down this way. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why the middle space, the heart, is so important, because this is like the middle beam for both. But you figure the thoughts come down from the brain, whatever, what have
Mm-hmm.
you. However, it's usually my bladder that wakes me up. I
Um, right. So
gotta,
it
I gotta
starts
pee.
it starts with your other brain.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it started with both brains simultaneously. My brain is like, bitch, you gotta pee. My bladder is like, I can't hold it no more. And so
Right.
I'm rising.
That's how it works for me too. I don't know why I be trying to hold it, but yeah, ooh, we got to go.
Sis, I'll be trying to press the snooze on my bladder, like, yo, just give me like 20 more minutes. The next time I wake up, I promise I got you.
Girl, then my subconscious be like, yo, if you don't release this shit now, like you're gonna affect your fucking bladder. I'm like, all right. That bed be so comfy though.
But other parts of your chart that really, really go for your
Mm-hmm.
Kundalini on a lifespan level. Now, what we
Uh-huh.
were just talking about was on a daily and a weekly and a monthly, depending on if you want to go by the sun, moon, or rising, or the
Yeah.
days of the week. But if you want to go by like your overall lifespan, then you want to get into your north and south nodes. And that's the Rahu is a north node. That's the direction that you're going towards in this life, and the Ketu is the south node, and that's where you're coming from. The energy you're doing away with. Mine is Aquarius. Mine is Leo Aquarius. So even though I'm a
Mm-hmm.
Leo rising, I'm moving away from certain aspects of Leodom and moving towards being more detached and revolutionary in that Aquarius energy. And I was thinking about that because, for a long time that has been perplexing me, right? So today I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting in the sun and it came to me. And I'm like, oh, thank you, sun. See, today is Sunday, sun, Leo energy, Leo rising. Let's go. Keep up
Let's
with
get
me.
it.
And so I
Right?
had the so I had this moment, and it came to me because I was so confused about my chart. Like, why the fuck would you do that to me? My Leo is rising, my generosity and optimism is in Leo, but
Mm-hmm.
you put me in the Leo South Node. So why would I walk away from the energy that's giving me my pentacles? And it's like,
Because you
because
give them too much of it.
that too, but it was the wrong areas.
Mm-hmm.
So the Leo that I'm leaving behind is the Leo
Mm-hmm.
energy that was going towards like going with the flow of things.
Mm-hmm.
I was really good at school. I knew how to play the
Mm-hmm.
game, even though I knew better. I was really
Mm-hmm.
good at every job I had. I got promotions upon promotion. I always quit my jobs. I got fired from one job, and that was cleaning white people houses in
Right.
Williamsburg, Virginia. Self-explanatory, y'all. I was not doing a good job on purpose. Fucking white
Right.
people houses. Fuck y'all. And I'm looking at all of our shit all in their houses. Like, bro, I should call my cousins right now.
Right.
But so that's the only job I've ever been fired from. Oh, that and it was a direct sales position because I kept going to my son's school events and I told them they kiss my ass. I walked out, so they fired me. But all the
Oh,
other jobs,
that,
I
yeah,
quit.
right.
Yeah, I
Right.
quit or whatever because I don't like to be told what to do.
Me
So
neither.
that was the Aquarius energy I'm supposed to be moving towards. I'm not supposed to be doing things in the conventional way. I'm supposed to, just how I read the Aquarius rising energy, that's the Aquarius experience of my North Node. It's not in my impression, it's in my direction. It's where I'm trying to be on the path of Aquarius energy. I'm an 11th life path number, so it's that energy of balance, because 11 comes into the 2, but at the same time it's self-mastery. So that is Aquarian energy, that revolutionary energy, social awareness. Like I give a fuck about like the Superman shit. I give a fuck about y'all to help y'all, but like I'm gonna be over here because I can't do what y'all doing.
Yes, breaking generational curses is key.
It is. It is. So that's the comparison between your Kundalini rising on a daily, weekly, monthly lunar scale versus your nodes, your rising over your lifespan.
I think it's great to be very watchful of that on a daily span or the hourly, mark or whatever. You really
That's
can.
that Virgo in you. You dry your
Right.
sun up.
Right. You can really you can really build up off that, and just be cautious. Um, what's going on with you throughout the day. If you're watchful for it like that.
Right.
You can worry about the lifelong span shit later. And once you master how to get through your days and your weeks, building up to that. Ooh, I have a strain in my ankle.
That does not feel good. I do not like.
It does not, and is not going away.
Romeo, you wanna be in alignment with the moon. You wanna watch the moon. The moon is always shifting. It changes its spaces every 2.5 days. Because your rising sign is in alignment with the moon. Mondays are really good days for you. Rising, with the sun. On Mondays is good for you in that meditation space. That's a good day to lock in on some downloads and uploads and journaling, creating whatever it is that you do. Which is cool because tomorrow's Monday, so boom, get started now. Set that alarm clock, cause um, but yeah, just being in alignment with the moon, paying attention to what the moon is doing, what phase it's in, and stuff like that would assist you in interpreting and manipulating and alchemizing your simulation.
Mm,
Monday is your favorite day. That makes sense. It's your
not
rising
mine.
energy. I love
My,
Wednesdays. Wednesdays is something about my energy. I be like, I want to do it all.
I like Fridays. No, actually, that's a lie. I enjoy Saturdays.
Gratitude, love. You like
I like my
Saturdays?
Saturn days.
Saturn days are good days. That's a good day to go into
I,
self, do some
mhm,
rebuilding.
mhm. Technically, it's the last day of the week.
For others, it's the first day of the week
Mhm.
because of the mindset that you start your day off in the root chakra,
Mhm.
which is Saturn. Because Aquarius does not. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn as well, so that's all. Whether you started with the Aquarius energy or Capricorn energy, either way, you started on a Saturday.
Right.
Whereas some people start the day off with the week off with Sunday because of the sun, and they're saying the week starts with the rising of the sun for the week.
And your day starts with the rising of the sun.
hmm
Mhm.
So that's that back and forth between, hey, my brain told me I had to pee, but my bladder told me my brain I had to pee too. So that's kind of like the combo of that happening, and that's why you get both days off.
Right.
You get both days off, and that's in alignment with the mindset that the rat, the first Chinese zodiac, when you start your day, is between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. So you're starting, you have that combination of, the ending of one and the beginning of the other. So that's what you have, with that Saturday and Sunday being in alignment with the weekend and also the week beginning. But we take both those days off, both sitting and reflecting on both those days instead of it being Sunday and Monday. Why wouldn't it be Sunday and Monday? Those are both third eye days, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, I want you to, relax and go inward on the last and the first.
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all you got, sis?
I really like this herbal blend, y'all. This shit was rocking. This episode has been brought to you by this dope ass herbal blend that I
That
made that helps
sunshine
with
one they had
concentration,
created.
focus, and clarity. And I'm finna
Mm.
start selling these joints. The LLC is coming out real soon. Shout out to Jermel, Sapphire the Great. You the best, you the best. But I'm very
Hey.
excited about that business venture. I'm very excited about the store that we about to have. We finna have a whole apothecary, sis, with the soaps and the body butters and the crystals. We about to have all
And
the
the
elements
organized,
in
yeah,
there
all
and
that.
the organized.
Hell yeah.
We gotta think of a name because we finna have all the elements. What's the tarot card? The magician card will be like a
Mm.
dope ass image for us. Put both of us on the magician card, balancing the elements.
Ooh, make it look like a tarot card. Yep, that's dope.
Yes.
Mm. I like that. I don't know if we'll name it yet. I'm pretty good at naming shit too.
Yeah, we gotta think of some
I'm pretty
joints.
sure
So
we'll
I'm
come
very
together on
excited.
something.
Oh yeah, Romeo tomorrow. Oh, so you watched this show at a good time, Mr. Cancer Rising. Wow, I love the
Tomorrow
divine
is Moon Day
alignment.
and a full moon. Yep.
Yeah, so yeah,
Tomorrow.
make sure you tap into that tomorrow. That's real important. Ooh, I love like when time lines up like that. That's so cool.
Yes.
Oh,
And
herbal
hopefully with
alchemy.
the
I like that.
so I'm in the mothering phase of the moon, when my menstrual had came on along with the starting of the filling out of the full moon or whatever.
Hmm.
I'm glad I'm ending it. Hopefully, like that.
I'm in alignment with the new moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the full moon that does it for me. It's the new moon. Once we get into
Mhm.
that waxing crescent,
Mhm.
yeah, it's about that time, buddy. You about to start waxing.
Uh, I know I will be.
I'm on it. Wax off.
Wax
Yep.
off. Herbal alchemy. I like that.
Herbal alchemy, divine. Oh, divine time. Yeah,
Divine
divine time. I think
timing.
he was agreeing. I don't think that was the title.
Oh, I was about to say, hold on. I like that.
I like that too. But that's what I got for y'all for Rising Sun. The Rising Sun last episode was kind of short and on time too because it's not that it's not so much. It's that if we were to get into all the other stuff, we would have you here forever. And that's why we did the first season of Virgo Virgin Talk
Hmm.
separated and very intentional way we did because everything is holistic and connected. So you'll find that in that first season we repeat a lot of stuff in each season because of how interconnected everything is. But we kept it separate so we didn't have y'all sitting here for 6-7 hours.
Oh yeah. Also, we were when I was reviewing the episode, we was talking a lot about some celebrities and their rights and stuff. We were
Yeah, that's
always
where
jumping
that
out
Michael
the rights.
Jackson Prince shit was stuck in my head about last time. Yeah,
Yeah, okay, that's where it came from. And my video was choppy and stuff, like how it was when we first started here.
that's interesting. We were repeating patterns in this space and this rising energy. The Leo risings are repeating patterns of
Exactly. It's
resistance. But it's
mm-hmm.
cool though. The Virgos rise every time. You feel me?
Indeed,
So
indeed.
that's what I got for y'all today, y'all. And here we go. These are the remaining episodes that we have. If you guys would like to be a guest on the episodes that we have in the future, you can reach out to us on Virgo Virgin Talk on Instagram and Facebook, or you can email us at virgovirgintalk@gmail.com. The next episode we have is on the 9th. We're doing Pluto. The powerful
Yay, I like
transformations of Pluto.
Pluto. Did I pick that one? I like Pluto.
Probably. Yeah, we
It
picked a
probably
lot
is.
of first season episodes. So the next few episodes are actually going to be really good ones. We're going to be talking about Pluto, then Lilith, and then we're going to get into the houses, which is what, today is kind of like a seed being planted for the houses
Hmm.
episode because that actually talks about what the rising sign affects.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. It
It
touches on
does. So we'll
people.
really get into the Kundalini rising these next three episodes. I'm excited.
Okay, so I guess my question made sense for me to ask that though.
It did. It did. It was a really
Okay.
good question.
Mhm.
And these episodes have been brought to you by.
Body
Go
and
ahead,
Yoni
it's your turn.
Essentials. Yes, Body
Keep
and
going.
Essentials, where we assimilate our products to help you on your healing journey. We create products like male enhancements, turmeric soap, yoni bars, and yoni steams, and so much more. We also offer consultations. If you're going through something in your life, you need a little guidance, hit us up. Bodyandyoni.com.
Yeah. Them honey joints ain't got nothing on that super hard, sis.
Nah, they ain't got shit on there. It won't kill you.
Right. There's
It
this
won't be
dude
stuck.
came into the store the other day, bought four of them honey joints. Like, bro, have seats.
Oh, you know what's this? Maybe I can send some of the super hards there.
Yes. I'm gonna connect you with Son. He's a really good dude. I'm gonna
And
connect y'all.
oh my gosh, that's so dope. Now I took flight today, right? And when I was
Hmm.
on plane, I was speaking to a lady, and her name was Dr. Tara.
Hmm.
And she was like, "Yes, I make male enhancements." I was like, "You make male enhancements too?" I make male enhancements too. And she was talking about her practice or whatever. She doesn't really do like she got away from medicinal practice and started doing like herbal healings and other things like that. And I was like, "Yo, that's so dope." You know what I'm saying? Like, she was just sitting there talking the whole time. Just, I love
That's dope.
it.
Yeah, the little reminders reminding you, sis, get on your shit.
Yeah. And she was a Taurus. She was a Taurus too, so she about her Pentacles.
Oh, okay. So she came to
Mhm.
bring you some pinnacles. Oh, I love that. I love
I
those
love that.
moments.
I love that too because I was like, mm,
And you gotta pay attention to that too, y'all. Y'all in charge of y'all simulation. So like say if you do have a planet in a certain placement in a certain house, you know, people that come to you under certain, astrological signs are assisting you in that area in your life, you
yeah.
know?
And she wasn't really into like astrology and anything like that. And I was talking to her,
Hmm.
about me and about you and Virgo Virgin talk and like my body's and body and yoni essentials business and stuff like that or whatever. So I wasn't really trying to be like long winded with her or
Hmm.
whatever, but she just really had an interest in speaking to me, sitting there talking or whatever. And I was like, okay, I like her energy. And plus, that Chardonnay was getting to me too.
That'll do it.
So that opened me up a little bit more to be, more comfortable in speaking. But yeah, she was really dope. I enjoyed her. She had a beautiful energy, just really dope person. I just found it amazing that she was like, I make male enhancements. I'm like, you do too, girl? I do too. I'm a healer too. I'm a healer. Okay, that's what's up.
See,
We
people
definitely
be
need
in
to
their
connect.
divine alignments anyway. Either
Right,
way. I love
right.
it.
I love it
That's
too.
cool. Speaking of Virgo Virgin Talk, on August 26, 2023, we are doing our season finale live and in person. I'm so excited. I get to meet you in the physical, and then we're going to have a great time. We're going to be on stage. We're going to have four
Yes.
panelists. We're going to meet new people. There's going to be new people speaking that I've never met before. So I'm really
Okay.
excited to pick new people brains and some familiar characters. We're gonna have Knowledge and Raquel on the panel as well. We do still have
Mm,
spaces on the panel. The theme is historic leaders of today. What is a leader? Who are historic leaders and leaders of today? And how have we supported or failed them? And how can we support our leaders today? Because y'all know we love to end with a call to action. We're not finna sit here and be gloom and doom on the issues. We're gonna talk about the actions. We also got the flatter
right.
battle that day, as well as the Cosmic Noise Awards, vendors, workshops, everything in between. It's gonna be a great day. I'm very, very excited. And if
I'm
anybody's interested
excited.
in participating, please reach out.
I'm definitely going to be there. I'm definitely getting my traveling and shit up. I've been paying attention to my fucking Saturn and what my Saturn wants me to do. And I
Ashe.
am. Doing it. I mean. Okay.
I know that's right.
Mm-hmm.
We are doing it in the Baba Lao energy, gang gang. If you guys would like
Gang.
to donate to any of our ventures, because we said we opening up a store, we getting the LLC popping, we got another season coming. We got a series finale coming in front of a live studio audience, and you want to support us in any type of way, you can donate here at Virgo's L, and that's where you can donate. Tell your friends.
Tell your family. Tell
Yeah.
everybody.
Tell everybody. And I got some courses coming up, y'all, next week. Not next week. Yeah. Dang, next week. We are doing the Nobody's Trading course with Sunshine Monet L. It's a 3-day trading course where I teach you guys how to trade from your phone, make money from your phone. I'm assisting y'all in aligning the root chakra energy. We will also be building our own tarot the week after. For those of you guys who want to create your own tarot deck, I highly suggest going on Amazon and getting a blank tarot deck, or go to Dollar Tree and get yourself a stack of index cards. Either way, your joint gonna be popping anyway. I actually follow a couple of tarot readers on YouTube that use index cards, and I really like the cards that they made. They made their own oracle cards and stuff like that, and it's actually really dope. And then also reach out to me if you would like a one-on-one session. I do energy awareness coaching, spiritual decoding, assisting you with aligning the astrological aspects in your chakras, or just art and motivational therapy exercises. I do this one-on-one for families, couples, parents and children,
We're not supposed to be signing up for
organizations,
this.
groups and stuff.
I'm trying to figure out, like, wasn't I supposed to be signing up for this?
You already in the spiritual support circle, girl. Don't do that. The spiritual support circle is a community that I'm creating. We're making strides towards off grid living, assisting everybody. Right now, we're focusing on assisting everybody with their root chakra energy, which is obtaining basic resources like money. So that's why I have courses like the Nobody's Trading coming up, and build your own deck and stuff to help people in these realms of businesses. And then we're moving towards, securing trusts and insurances, and securing land and financing collectively with the trading. It's a whole thing that's happening over here. A nice conglomerate of teachers, leaders, business owners, and stuff, with the ideals of just self sufficiency, being autonomous from these energies around us that keep trying to tell us what to do. So,
Indeed.
if you are interested in joining a group, please reach out. There is a, cap on the amount of people just starting off, just so that we can be in alignment and all on one accord, and really working on building trust and interpersonal relationships and stuff like that, so that we can externally have the experience that we need to have as a unit, and really be able to build these businesses and things up as a unit. So, I want to keep it small so people don't feel overwhelmed by all the souls in the room and da da da. And that's what makes people want to disconnect and detach when they see too much going on at one time. It gets overwhelming, especially
God.
because a lot of these people are spiritualists. A lot of these people are very sensitive. We got a lot of Pisces and Cancer energy in the group, in different
Mm-hmm.
placements. So we have to be mindful of stuff like that. But yeah, all that to say, reach out, y'all, because you get a discount with classes. You get that free shit. It's a community. We're having a great time. We're building friendships and relationships. We have weekly meetings. We do the daily questions on reflections. I have to actually put the questions in for this evening. But yeah, it's a good time.
It is. It is. And I'm learning to express myself more and open up more in the group. And I'm comfortable with doing so. Because before I didn't do so well in groups. I'd be like, I don't know. They doing a whole lot of talking. There's a whole lot of scrolling and stuff. I got to go back and review on. Like,
It gets
yeah.
overwhelming, and it makes you
Yeah.
want to like fall back.
Mm-hmm.
I totally
Mm-hmm.
get it.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm the same way. Like, bro, I don't want to be in
Mm-hmm.
this. Y'all look already established. I'm all in the trip
Right.
back asking 101 questions that I should already know
Yeah.
answers to. Like, I don't like that. I don't like to feel that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's inclusion involved as well. So
So that's what we got for y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in.
thank y'all so much. I gotta go get me something to eat.
Me too. I'm hungry as shit. For
Mm-hmm. Peace, peace, y'all.
peace, peace. Oh man.
You waiting till the 35.
No, my screen froze.
Okay, your screen froze. Peace, everybody. Till next time.